Hey guys, welcome. Doing live, take two. I was so tongue-tied, it was crazy. So, I want to let you know everyone has a story. We all know that. We all come from backgrounds where we have something to say, somewhere we've came from, whether it's influenced by others, experiences that we've taken our action upon, whatever it may be. We all have a story. We also have a perspective on how we've perceived that story, the way that we think others feel that we look, the way that we feel and think others perceive our actions. Sometimes not necessarily. Sometimes we may not consider if people perceive our actions a certain way, but we do wonder about how someone will perceive how we talk to others. That will make us feel like we are not as valuable if we don't say exactly what's the right thing or do exactly what's the right thing. That perfectionism can get in the way, or we doubt ourselves, right? We all have our story of where we come from, who we are, where we've been. And I want to kind of talk about how we devalue ourselves when it comes to how we take upon perspectives from the external environment, whether it's our family, our friends, acquaintances, coworkers, those we work with, encounter with, who we do business with. And I want to show you a little bit of a different perspective on how we perceive things and what actually the value that underlies that. So I'm going to take a little example here of this crumbled piece of something, okay? It's crumbled, it's small, it can be tossed over my shoulder. It doesn't seem like it has much purpose or value. I actually showed this example to some other people that I do live broadcasting with, and somebody said it's a fire starter, it's trash. It needs to be thrown away. It's not worth anything. It's not worth time. It's not worth money. It's kind of ironic. So, but as I start to peel off that perspective, that external perspective, let's actually see what is the value under this. I want you to ask yourself, what value does this little crumbled piece of something actually have? Not just how we perceive it. Okay, and this is more than judging a book by its cover. This is actually, how do we perceive ourselves based on the external information we get, okay? So as we start to peel away the layers of what that perception of what we think of others is, okay? I'm going to start to rip it apart. I'm going to start to take that off, okay? All that perspective, all that extra fluff of what we've been told we are, and who we think we are based on what someone else says or how they make us feel, okay? Let's look at the value underneath, okay? The value underneath of this crumbled piece of paper is worth this much, okay? We used to think it was, so as I was saying, some might think that it was trash or it was dirty or it was crumbled. It was worthless. It needed to be thrown away. Okay, there's so many different perspectives of how we perceive this in its little box, and it had a story behind it beforehand, okay? But that story actually brought it to in reality, the value is internal, right? The value is internal, and it's more than, beauty on the inside and not on the outside. This has to do with the fact that we need to strip the layers off of the perspective of what we've gotten from our external environment and start to see the value and the purpose at which we bring to the table. And that's where history is made. Who do we want to be for our loved ones? Who do we want to be for those that we want to be role models to in business or in work or in relationships or those that we encounter day to day? How do we want to be valued, and how are we actually valuable? Every expertise, or every opportunity that we've accomplished some sort of expertise, like for example, I achieved a master's degree and occupational therapy. I get to serve people every single day. I've served up to 7,000 clients in the past 5 years, being able to get that master's degree and be licensed board certified by achieving that, okay? That's valuable. That's really valuable. I invested in that, but I also am gaining return in that and providing that value to others. What kind of value do I bring to my relationships with my loved ones? What kind of value do I bring to the table in terms of how I want to be perceived in the world. Okay, so it gives you a little bit different perspective on that. So I just wanted you to consider that for this Transformation Tuesday in this 5-minute video, that history can be made based on the value you bring to the table, that you want to do, how you want to love, how you want to learn, how you want to grow, and to strip away all that perspective that's been kind of clouding your judgment a little bit. We're all at fault of wanting to be accepted in the world, and we take other people's feedback into consideration, but how does that get in the way of our true value? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to coming back live again, and I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Take care.